How much commission do you charge? Probably the number one question that eliminates people's opportunities at getting a listing appointment. Alden, would you agree?
It's the fucking death question.
There we go. So I'm going to get right into a response, and we'll kind of spitball this, give you some theory, give you some more responses. But again, understand that this is coming from a place where you're commoditized, right? If we just give a response up front, right, they have nothing to measure against. They don't know any differences, but you've commoditized yourself and you've fallen into their frame. So when I hear this, one of many responses I give is this. Well, obviously, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, whoever it is, you do know that in the state of blank, so for me, Florida, commission is 100% negotiable, correct? Yes. With that said, we will arrive when we meet at a commission that's both fair for you, fair for me, and most importantly, will cause the home to sell. Fair? Put a bow tie on it, tie it, and send it off, right? Now, that last little bit about the bow tie is not a part of the script, but that's how we can reframe this thing. And what am I doing? The key here is I'm deferring that conversation for the meeting, right? By answering it in that position, you won't. Now, I'll give you guys some dialogues here in a second about what to say if they keep pushing you and pressing you, but understand that you need to defer it. You're not avoiding it, you're deferring it. Because through my process that you would learn from me as an example, they're going to know the commission before we meet. I already had send them copies of the contract, mock CMAs, pre-listing package, a net sheet. They have it all. So they're going to see it. I'm not hiding it. But in that moment, it's not the time to talk commission, especially if they don't even know what your name is, right? Alden?
Yeah, absolutely. I use the one that you just said. If I use that objection handler 10 times, I'll probably 9.5 out of 10, they'll agree to it, and then I'll set the meeting.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Is there anything else that you say?
That's the main one. The other one, I'll usually just flat out defer it to the meeting. That's, you know what, that's a great question. I'm going to go over that specifically, and the rest of the questions you have when we get together at the meeting. So when are you typically available, weekdays or weekends? And I just straight push it to the meeting.
You defer it. Yeah. So to what I said in the beginning, let's say somebody really presses you, right? Again, we know you give your commission. It's like the saying, you're screwed. And technically, yeah, because you've commoditized yourself. But this is the key, guys. You have nothing to measure against. They don't know. What are they going to go with if we fall into that frame? Whoever quotes them the highest price and the lowest commission. But is that necessarily the truth? No. People will say that just to get their foot in the door. So say, Mr. Seller, I can appreciate that. However, do you even remember my name? Let's say they say, well, Bryan, it's like, great. Now, I'm not in a position right now to negotiate my commission. Do you know why? I kind of just want to know. Well, there's an underlying assumption there that we're all the same, right? Well, then how come only 10% of agents are selling 90% of the houses, sir? I'm okay getting in that dialogue to defend the fact that I don't have to give my commission. So if we agree to meet, just so you know, I'm upfront about everything. You will see a mock net sheet and an estimate before we even get together, because the numbers are important to you, obviously, right? But if we don't even know anything about each other, we don't even agree to meet, what's the point of having a discussion about the commission if you have no idea why I'm different or what I have to offer, right? Now, that comes from a position of I'm willing to walk away, guys. That's why I can say what I just said. You can rewind it. You can write it down. You can change a couple words. It doesn't matter. But don't give your commission. I'm not going to. And I've never been in a position where I just gave it away. Maybe when I was a stone cold rookie a few times, I might have said it. But I can't remember any time where I've given my commission and then I ended up getting a meeting or getting a listing. Can you, Alden?
So I will say I have given my commission over the phone. If they will continuously press me, okay, yeah, but you're not answering my question. What commission you're giving? And I'll just flat out tell them, look, I charge the standard 6%. However, my commission is 100% negotiable. And if I feel like based on your situation and what makes sense when we get together for me to, I don't know, I lost my train of thought, but
it's fine. Yeah. I get what you're saying though. Like, hey, basically in your situation, if something comes up and we need to make an adjustment, we will, basically is what you're saying, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So again, I don't want people to get caught up in the words, whether we remember or not, it doesn't matter. It's just, well, like I've been in positions too where I've given it away. I can't, maybe because I was a rookie, I didn't know how to say it and still be smooth like you were just then. But the point is you don't want to give it away. You want to defer it for the meeting, unless it's that 1 out of 100 where they just press you and press you and press you, right? Because even if a FSBO says that, I'm like, my first question is that how you're going about considering an agent or choosing an agent, sir? I'm reframing it. Well, yeah. What else is there to? Well, of course, yeah. I want to find out what your commission is, right? And I said, well, can I make a recommendation, or may I share with you why that's probably not the best route to go, or not the best route to go about it? Right? And again, I'm trying to get control of the conversation and get into their thought process, which is why I take it this way. But generally speaking, you don't want to give that answer. Is there anything else you want to add, Alden?
ideally you definitely don't want to give it, but I will say, even the times I have given it, there's a big difference in having a conversation over the phone with somebody and when you're sitting in front of them in person. Mm-hmm. They have almost a different personality over the phone when they can't see your face and they can't see your expressions and the way you are. And sometimes, you'll say that, and I'll get to because I've literally told somebody I charge 6%. It's negotiable. They said that's too high. And when I got to the appointment, I had my 6% on there, and they didn't even really question it after I was able to demonstrate value. So even if you got to understand what people say and what they respond to are two different things. So even if you do end up having to give it over the phone, don't sweat it because it'll be a completely different scenario at the appointment.
100%. Cool. Any other final wrap-up thoughts, words, pieces of wisdom, golden nuggets?
Yeah, I mean, if you just did almost like every single objection, obviously you have to answer some of these somewhat, but if you can defer a majority of that to the meeting, you'll get much more appointments and you'll have a lot better conversations when you actually are at the appointment, because your pre-listing packet should explain a lot of this stuff in general anyway.
Yep. And we have a visitor here. He gives you the stone cold objections, right?
Yeah. the commission handling king.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks for joining, guys. All the resources are in the description. If you want to check out the coaching, set up a call, talk real brokerage. If you're a realtor, we're here for you. All right. We're on to the next one. Peace.